I didn't even intend to go to a cemetery today, but I just got done hanging out with a friend. And this is the stark reminder of how temporary all things are. These people were buried however long ago, and they probably had, a good amount of them, a hell of a story to tell. But no one knows who they are except for their closest family members, probably. Hell, even Robert's over here. My birth year. I don't even know who that guy is. But he has the biggest tombstone in this entire cemetery. And that's obvious, right? Like, how am I supposed to know any of these people? But that's the point. How are you supposed to know any of these people? They came and went like that in the blip of time. It reminds me of Carl Sagan's short poem, The Pale Blue Dot. That's all we are at the end of the day. Another species roaming the earth with a timestamp that can be cut short by an infinite possibility. Disease, random acts of nature. Down the list we can go on that. So anytime I get cocky, I just think to myself, why? How could I be so stupid? How many of these people did not fulfill something that their soul called them to do? That horrifies me. And I don't know why. Because if you just break it down, we're all essentially talking apes, talking gray apes, per what Google says. That's kind of funny, the contrast of youth playing on a basketball court right next to a cemetery. Only some sick bastard like me would think about that. But anyway, it's very peculiar to me that life is so fleeting and we all want to make some mark, but how many of us take that leap of faith in order to achieve what we desire most? And sometimes it takes hardcore examples to remind you of that. Completely unintentional too. I had no idea there was a cemetery here. I just moved to this town. But I love the trees and all the beauty around me. It takes away from the somber mood a cemetery can provide. And who knows, maybe most of these people had peaceful exits from this world. I always find it interesting, or not interesting, that sounds weird. I find it kind of morbid when you see families, tombstones packed together, and one of them had an 8-year-old daughter just taken away from life that quick. And no one thinks about that. They're all wrapped up in their own spheres of influence, which is so stupid when you really break it down. To stress about it is so stupid. And yet, I find myself wrapped up in the weirdest of concerns. Things I think matter that probably don't at all. And someone got their life stripped at 8 years old. Like, I should be smiling at all times, just thanking God or whatever it is that I'm still here. I think that's what separates the happiest people from their counterparts. Humility. And I'm working on that every day.